If you're an Xbox fan on console, PC, or Game Pass, 2025 is actually insane. Set your video player to 4K 60, and let's look at 2025, everything coming to the platform, and some reveals on the way for the most insane year in gaming history. Assassin's Creed Shadows is mired in controversy, but Ubisoft has taken 3 months to course correct historical insensitivities. The game takes place in feudal Japan with a dual playable characters, a black samurai Yasuke and female shinobi Naoe. The latter is supposed to be the fastest assassin in the franchise history. Ubisoft showcased a varied Tsushima and Nioh style combat system, and even added more stealthy elements to Yasuke. Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out February 14th, 2025. Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment is a Pillars of Eternity spin-off, third and first-person semi-open world action-adventure RPG. The game has seen very glowing previews in 2024 and is also mired in controversy, which has partially dissolved. I played well over 15 hours of Avowed and saw no traces of woke or social-political pandering. The combat is punchy and addictive, with tons of quests, feeling like an Elder Scrolls Light with tons of charm and quick access to powers and weapons. Avowed releases on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass, February 18th, 2025. Kingdom Come: Deliverance II is a long-awaited sequel to the first-person adventure RPG set in the Middle Ages. Kingdom Come is a cult favorite, and the first-person immersive combat and varied choices have won over fans who are totally hyped for the continuation of the story for Henry. I had hands-on with Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 last year, and the game looks incredible and feels like an immersive sim set in a fantasy world. And it comes out February 4th, 2025. Fable from Playground Games is praised as being one of the best-looking new generation games and is probably Xbox's most anticipated. A semi-open world fantasy RPG that includes multiple magic and combat playstyles that feels like a modern-day Witcher game. Latest reports show that you'll be able to play as a male or female character, and Fable includes balverines, giant scary chickens, and huge monsters. Insiders are now saying that Fable is not moved to 2026, but is actually set and ready to release for holiday 2025.
The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right.
Bandits, because they like to rough up bandits, don't they?
Doom: Dark Ages mixes an origin story of Doomslayer with the ancient meets evolved weapon set, including a Captain America chainsaw shield, bone-crushing heavy weapon, flyable dragon, and Titan walking mech. It's rumored to release in May 2025 on all platforms. And id has not forgotten what makes video games great: blood, carnage, bullets, and brutal glory kills. Previous Doom games have released in the spring, and fans are expecting the same for the release of Doom: The Dark Ages in May 2025. Monster Hunter Wilds is the latest installment of Capcom's popular Monster Hunter series. The game takes place in the Forbidden Lands, an uncharted region filled with new and terrifying monsters. You'll take the role of a hunter tasked with protecting the balance of nature by hunting these creatures and using the resources gained to craft powerful weapons and armor. Monster Hunter Wilds looks like a true next-generation game, adds a new mount called The Secret. It'll speed up exploration and combat. With 4-player cooperative multiplayer, you can even enlist a computer-controlled character if you're playing solo. Monster Hunter Wilds is set to be released on February 28th, 2025. Judas is an upcoming first-person shooter developed and published by Ghost Story Games, but most importantly led by Ken Levine, the creative mind behind the BioShock series. This takes place on the Mayflower, a generation ship traveling through space to Proxima Centauri, carrying the last remnants of humanity. The ship is controlled by 3 individuals with conflicting ideologies: preserve humanity, transform them into robots, or end everyone with total destruction. Your main character has broken free from the ship's control and is leading a revolution. Expect first-person shooting with left-handed range powers just like we enjoyed in the BioShock series. Judas is set to release sometime in 2025. Gears E-Day might be the most anticipated Xbox game that was recently showcased, and this origin story of Marcus and Dom of Emergence Day when the Locusts first attacked their planet. The Coalition is pushing Unreal 5 to its absolute limits, and said the visuals and graphics in this reveal trailer are representative of the actual gameplay we've yet to see. Gears E-Day takes it back to its roots. Tom Warren of The Verge said that Gears E-Day is actually set for a release date at the end of 2025. If that's true, it would be amazing for Xbox fans who've been waiting in the wings. Exodus is an upcoming action sci-fi RPG by the original creators of the Mass Effect trilogy. In Exodus, you pilot your own ship as you play as June Phoenix, an Indiana Jones and Paul Atreides style character. You customize your female or male character in an RPG structure similar to Knights of the Old Republic, Mass Effect, or Dragon Age Origins. This is the mature sci-fi action Mass Effect game that fans have been waiting for over a decade. Exodus is set to come out sometime in 2025. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remake is real. Rumored to be in development by Bethesda Game Studios, Virtuos Studio is working on it, and there hasn't been an official announcement. Leaked documents suggest the remake is planned for platform releases on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass. Oblivion is not available on PlayStation anymore, so this would be a universal remaster. The Oblivion remake will likely feature enhanced visuals, improved textures, lighting, and character models, with all DLC included, like premium content expansions like Knights of the Nine and Shivering Isles. The Oblivion remake will probably retain the core gameplay and story of the original with a fresh coat of paint and modernized control scheme. The rumor is the Oblivion remake comes out sometime around June 2025. South of Midnight takes Hazel Flood into her hurricane-torn southern town that is now possessed by demons. The game features third-person combat and traversal with a magic grapple and parasol to float into explorable areas of this swamp south. Compulsion has a lot to prove, and South of Midnight looks impressive. This could be their first big hit, and Xbox has it set for early 2025. Mafia: Old Country is part 4 in the Mafia series and takes place in the early 1900s in Sicily, focusing on the origins of organized crime. The game is set in the fictional town of San Celeste, offering a gritty mob-deep narrative, third-person cover shooting, and open-world driving in a bustling city and a literal time capsule of the Mafia old world. This one is promised to be more linear than Mafia 3 and set to release in the summer of 2025.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra is an upcoming Unreal Engine 5 graphical showcase of Captain America and Black Panther joining an alliance to take down Hydra. You play as 4 different characters set in World War II with cinema-quality visuals and third-person combat, fast parkour movement mixed with immersive cutscenes. Marvel 1943 has an initial release date for 2025.
It's better if you wanted us dead, we'd be dead. So what do
We
you?
may encounter some obstacles.
Outer Worlds 2 is, as insiders are reporting, remarkable and its shining crown from Obsidian Entertainment. The sequel to 2019's Outer Worlds is supposed to be 2 times more punchy, vibrant, and immersive, and 3 times more charismatic as an open sci-fi RPG. Obsidian shocked fans when they said the game will be ready for a release date for late 2025. Forza Horizon 6 from Playground Games has been long awaited, and this normal biannual game has changed into possibly a 4-year development cycle. There were rumors for a long time that the next installment would take place in Tokyo, and I believe this could be very true if Forza Horizon 6 can give us the Tokyo Drift style experience we wanted and a mix with some of that fan favorite kart racing we saw from Activision's Blur. Who knows? Xbox owns both of those franchises now. We could see a fresh new entry for Forza Horizon series, and it would be revealed in the summer for release date at the end of 2025. Clockwork Revolution is inXile's first major AAA action-adventure game. The first-person immersive RPG shooter in the vein of Fallout and BioShock has you in a wield time-bending powers with steampunk universe. Expect a ton of gold and silver ornate weapons, cool abilities that capture the feeling of discovering games like BioShock, and exploration and loot RPG mechanics also mixed with time-bending powers. Clockwork Revolution may see a release date in late 2025 or just afterwards.
Words.
Sniper Elite Resistance has always been a fan favorite, and although small, this one has been partnered to be included with Game Pass day and date. The last entry was a highlight with more open area organic gameplay and punchy visceral slow motion sniper gunplay glory kills. Sniper Elite Resistance hits Game Pass and Xbox on January 20th, 2025. Borderlands is arguably one of the best looter shooters, and a 5th game in the series is set to make a return with everything you loved about Borderlands 3. Now, this is Borderlands 4. With a new set of 4 playable characters, it takes place on the planet Karios, a new planet tied to the pre-sequel's moon Elpsis, which crashed into its cloaking shield. You'll take on the resistance against a ruthless dictator known as the Timekeeper and his army of synthetic followers called the Order. Borderlands 4 is set to release in the holiday of 2025. The first Berserker Kazan is an upcoming hardcore action role-playing game. You will become Kazan, a great general in the Pel-Los Empire, who overcame death and seeks vengeance on his enemies. The game explores the incidents that led to his downfall. It features Souls-like mechanics with a focus on intense melee combat. Kazan can wield 3 different weapon types: a dual-wield sword, an axe, a spear, and greatsword. Narrative is at the forefront, providing a dramatic prequel to the Lorelight online game Dungeon Fighter Online. It releases March 27, 2025. A game everyone is moving over for is Grand Theft Auto 6. Set to release in holiday 2025 and continually rumored to push to 2026. Just because Rockstar. This is the most anticipated game, with hyper-realism and immersion elevated from every GTA game before it. You play as Lucia, a former criminal now kingpin in modern-day Vice City. Fans have created all of these concepts while they wait for the release date trailer to come sometime, hopefully, in holiday 2025. Split Fiction is a spiritual successor to It Takes Two, a cooperative split-screen game that takes place in 2 separate worlds, sci-fi and fantasy, with gameplay mechanics that never seem to repeat themselves. Split Fiction is going to be bigger and more ambitious, taking us across massive levels, daunting puzzles, and possibly another Game of the Year contender. Coming to Xbox and PC, March 6, 2025.
We at Hazelight love variation, and you'll have a unique mechanic for every level. Let me give you some examples.
Crimson Desert is a hotly anticipated game from Black Desert Studios that marries the best parts of the Witcher series, Final Fantasy, and even Legend of Zelda. This open-world action RPG combines incredible varied melee combat, magical powers, and dynamic epic boss battles. Black Desert hasn't been shy showing a couple hours of gameplay, and promises to release this game by the end of 2025.
For those who have died, for those who have survived, and for those who will live on, this is our mission.
Xbox's roadmap and supported third-party games, many of these are coming to Game Pass. Tons of these are RPGs, shooters, adventure games, and cinematic titles. There is truly a history-setting lineup for Xbox. Xbox's new focus on games instead of just the hardware, and how we play those games has brought the platform to the forefront on what matters most. 2025 is undeniably action-packed, and for the first time, some of their best games are coming from Xbox Studios. This is Cole Eastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I got to talk about 2024. It was a really crazy year. We started out where Xbox was putting their games on PlayStation, and me as a content creator, creating mostly content about the Xbox platform, it was like a doomed situation. What was I going to do? What was going to change? How would it affect podcasts, videos, being a fan, and what kind of access we'd have to games? And then the year really turned out to be really, really good. I had an incredible opportunity to fly to Amsterdam for the Elder Scrolls Online and meet with the group there for the 10-year celebration. That was my first time out of the country. That was an incredible opportunity. And then I turned around a month later and went to London for the Fallout 76 event because of two games that I talked about on my channel. And there I got to hang out with Gaz, my old co-host from XNC. That was an incredible time. And then I went to San Francisco and hung out with Zocker and Fonz, my RDX buddies, to check out Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And going into the beginning of 2024, I wasn't sure how I'd be able to go forward. And there were times where I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to sit back and I'm just going to write it out. And I'm just going to, maybe Xbox will do something cool. And they weren't doing anything cool for a while. And I just stayed strong, I guess. I just wanted to make more content. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I also brought forward the Games Weekly News, a video series I do every Friday where I gather all the news from the week and talk about it like openly and share all the information and the clips and video footage and everything. And that's gone really well too. And thank you so much. I'm really positive and optimistic about what's going on with their console platform approach. Thanks everybody for checking out the videos when I talk about the upcoming console generation. So many games. And this video proves that 2025 is unbelievably insane. There are so many games coming out. And then there are so many partnered and supported games, their own studios. It's a really good place to be. And oh my gosh, it took about, 8 or 10 years for Xbox to finally arrive. And as someone who covered them every single week, it's a really great thing to see. If you ended up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new weekly content. If you want to further support what we do here on the Cole Eastwood channel, you can do that by hitting the join button below. If you join the channel, you'll get early access to videos. This one was up some 12 hours before. People got to comment on that one. You also get a specialized chat and emojis in the XNC podcast. Check that out every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern with Middle Age Game Guy and I. And it's been a really, really great show. Special thanks to Mag for being such a great co-host and writing out the incredibly, horribly toxic wave that came with Xbox changing their business plan. And he's been such a stoic and a cheerful, smiley guy through all of the nonsense that we've dealt through on the podcast on one side or the other. Special thanks to him. We'll be talking about, well, you've already seen it. It was already aired. I think we just covered 2024 and 2025. Thank you so much for that. I've talked enough. Thank you. If you got this far in the video, I really appreciate it. Write in the comment sections, Lukather. Or you'd spell it Lukather. And if you know who that is, you're my best friend. Let me know which game you're most excited about for 2025. And while you do that, as I always say, please be nice.